Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at woodwardsports.com.
Hey, Darren.
All right, buddy boy, what's happening?
Oh, good morning.
I have only one question that's going to be the theme of today's show. What if?
What if?
What if?
Okay.
What if the Lions defeat the Philadelphia Eagles tonight, which a lot of people don't feel they have a shot? How do we talk about the Lions?
Okay.
Do we talk about them as legit Super Bowl favorites? Do we talk about them as legit powerhouse? What do we say about them?
Yeah. What do we say about the Eagles if the Lions go and stomp on them? What if?
Well, right now I'm saying...
Are you asking me about, actually, what if the Lions do this?
Right. The Lions pull this off.
They're viewed as... I want to pick my words clearly because there is a big game going on between L.A., between the Rams and the Seahawks. But I think a win over the Eagles means the Lions are the clear best team in the NFL. You move to 7-3. You finally get probably your highest quality win. I say they get right back. If they've moved for you for some reason, if they've moved out of Super Bowl contention and they beat the Eagles, they should be right back in there as a favorite.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
Here is the way I look at the whole NFL, but specifically the Lions. I think the Lions have the best upside of any team in the NFC.
Interesting.
When they're on, they look terrific. And yeah, they're beating up on bad teams sometimes, but they look really unstoppable.
Yeah.
Like for real. I mean, they had, I think they had like 13 consecutive possessions where they scored this year. Their defense is not atrocious.
It's not.
No, it's not. And it's not completely healthy. So I think the Lions could be the most dangerous team in the NFC.
Yeah, when you think about Marcus Davenport coming back soon.
You are not allowed to say his name on this.
I
thought we had a Marcus Davenport free zone here.
Yeah, but he's questionable.
He's always questionable.
He's always questionable. If you're Marcus Davenport, not to steer this conversation away, but we'll take 30 seconds. If you're Marcus Davenport or the Lions, are you holding him out till the NFC Championship game or if Week 18 is a big game? Why would you play the guy?
Here's what I'd hold him out forever. How about that?
Just say see ya.
He's showing up. Hey, I'm feeling good today. Just sit your ass down.
Yeah. No, whether it's Davenport,
we good.
Pascal's on the mend, this defense, despite the injury report being written in probably the smallest font of the year, you need Dan Campbell with his glasses on to read the Lions' injury report. It's so extensive. The defensive side of the ball, they're getting healthy. They're getting back. Rodrigo will be back this year, Malcolm Rodriguez, this week, I believe. DJ Reed, Davenport, Pascal. They're banged up right now, though.
Is anybody suspended, or are they all good there?
They're all good. They're all good. I saw some comment in the chat about no St. Brown today. St. Brown is playing, right? I know Laporte is hurt. He's on the IR.
Why St. Brown?
I don't know why.
Oh, he hit somebody.
He smacked.
He hit.
He did get fined, but no suspension.
What was the terminology? Smacking?
So smacking.
Smacking.
Instead of punching.
Smack.
Yeah.
Smack. You can smack, motherfucker. Get out of line.
Yeah.
He smacked that ass.
Yeah.
No. Open hand.
No, you don't get suspended for a smack. Here, the NFL, I don't get this. How do you get suspended for hitting somebody in the helmet? That's stupidity on your part.
Yeah, it's
He
stupid.
should have grabbed by the helmet, uppercut him. Just pull and yank. I mean, that's it. Pull. Yank.
Yeah, take the helmet off and then pump somebody.
Like in hockey, throw the gloves, throw the helmet.
Right.
Deron Payne, who did get suspended, he went closed fist. That's even more stupid. I think St. Brown open-handed him. Just kind of get out
I
of here.
did see two. The second one from Amon-Ra looked like closed fist. But for whatever reason, everybody's just like, we don't see that.
What do they feel about that smack on the Braylon Edwards show with Shep?
Yeah, they saw the first smack,
I know.
but they saw the second one and was like, that's the one they believed should have been a reason why, he might get suspended. Now,
right.
I wasn't trying to advocate for that at all.
All you do is clear the wax out of your ears, because I'm going to ask you a question that people around town are not going to like. I'd like to talk Eagles and Lions, but I got to ask this question.
Okay.
Is Amon-Ra St. Brown, who we all love and respect, is he a shit starter?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfectly
Yeah.
so. Rightfully so.
Okay. That's not the answer I was expecting. But I agree. He is a shit starter.
What do you think? We were all going to say,
Oh,
no,
no, that's our guy. We don't say that about
no.
our guy.
As
And you
an
know what?
individual shit starter.
But T, straight up, and we asked for this, though. Like, when we're the big boys on the block and you get the ability to talk and he's going out there and backing it up, this is what we asked for. And that's why I think we all instantly ran to the table to say, oh, of course, because you know what? Because I loved when Kirby Joseph, after that Packers game last year, was walking around the field like, yo, where Kraft at? Where is it? Like, this is what they are, but I think it's because they earned it, and it goes back to even to when at the draft, when he was walking around, he looked at Chicago Bears fans, was like, I cannot pass up this opportunity to start some mess. And we like that petty, especially when they're winning. Well, only when they're winning.
Yeah. Has he been a shit starter before this year?
I think
He's been a troll, maybe not a crap
he's a
starter.
troll.
That's fair, but he's kind of taking it to the next level because he's there.
Right.
He's put in his time and he's earned it. He's earned it with his play on the field. You have a little bit more leeway if you're an all-pro wide receiver.
Okay. Here, I'm going to take it to the next level. Are the Lions developing a reputation of being assholes?
That'd be a great question.
It depends.
Like what their reputation is around the league. I want to say yeah. Like I to me, I look at it like the toughness, how they play defense, how their offensive line explodes off the ball. I want to like channel it into like football. They're just tough, but I think they're assholes, and I think that's part of that Dan Campbell mentality. It's execute, but get under their skin. Do all those little things where they hate to play you.
But they can turn it on and turn it off. I do think the Lions are assholes, but I've been dealing with professional teams for like decades. If you line up all the teams, this team is the most professional, and this is the best to deal with that I've ever dealt with.
Yeah. Both on and off the field?
Off the field.
Off the field.
Because usually, a lot of times you go and say, man, I don't want to deal with these motherfuckers today. Mm-hmm. What kind of mood they going to be in? Lions, they help you with your interviews. They're nice. Mm-hmm. They're accommodating. It says, you need anything else?
Yeah, what else?
That, like that.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that.
What about on the field? Do you think differently about them on the field?
Yeah, they got some juice in them.
Yeah. But they do it. And Jameson Williams in an interview, he's on Tim Twentyman's 20 Men in the Huddle podcast, just talking about what's special about their offense is normally playmakers, the best playmakers in the league. You can get away not executing as well, not running as crisp routes, not blocking, not doing all the little things. But he's on a team. He's got weapons around him. They all do the little things, and they got playmakers, and they got him and Gibbs and St. Brown. So he's like, that's what makes them special. They can be a-holes because they execute, because they put that work in.
If they don't want to do the little stuff, then they're just another team.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. They're just another team.
That's fair.
Dan Campbell or whomever is told them, you better block, except Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah.
I guess he doesn't have to block.
At
least he tries. He tries to get in somebody's way.
You know, I'd be curious how Gibbs looks in pass block with Dan Campbell calling plays, which was the storyline all week, because he looked like with Johnny Morton calling plays, he's sitting back there, standing right next to Goff, waiting for a linebacker to come in and truck stick him. Now with Dan Campbell calling plays, they're moving around more pre-snap. You saw him on the screen pass to Khalif Raymond. The effort that Gibbs put in getting out to the outside to chip it was like the cornerback or the nickel, so Raymond could get 11 yards.
Here's a little secret that I haven't read in the news or the Free Press. Do you know what they have to do with Jahmyr Gibbs after every game?
What?
Doctors have to come in and surgically remove the cleat marks from his face from blitzing linebackers.
He's just got feet near his face at all times.
They got little cleats like
What a
here,
fetish.
his cheeks.
Gibbs might be the only person on this team completely healthy. Have you seen this injury report for this Eagles game? Out.
I'm about to hear it.
Terrion Arnold out. Marcus Davenport out. Miles Frazier out. Kirby Joseph out.
Okay, Marcus Davenport.
I know I had to throw that in
It
there.
doesn't count.
Yeah, he should just his name isn't written in Newfound. It's inscribed. It's imprinted.
It's in ink.
Kirby's out. Laporte is out. Pascal's out. DJ Reed's out. Malcolm Rodriguez is out. I said he might be playing today. He's coming back soon. Questionable: Decker, Amik, Penei Sewell, Tesla, Vaki. Brock Wright is questionable. The starting tight end. Fortunately, Glasgow and Hutchinson are set to play. So, the Legion of Whom is back in the secondary, although they got Brian Branch this week and a bunch of corners and a bunch of safeties filling in. This goes up against the Philly offense that people are questioning. Are they legit? They still got dudes, but that offense beat Jordan Love and the Packers 10-7 last week.
Right, and they're 25th in passing.
Yeah.
Which is not good.
Yeah.
I mean, the Legion of Whom could have a decent game.
They could. Although Hurts doesn't turn the ball over. That's one thing he's done a lot better this year. They don't have a run game right now with Saquon Barkley, so they can't.
Well, you're not going to turn the ball over if you're throwing 6 inches per pass.
That's what they say about Jared Goff.
True.
Yeah, he's got 20 and 3. I'm just saying. We're going to get to Goff.
Because I got a real good one for you on Jared Goff.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
I can't
We
wait to
talked
hear
about
that.
it.
We did. We're coming up here 8:30.
I got Jared Goff's replacement.
You do. Someone
Yes,
recommended
sir. Yeah,
a generational type player to take over for Goff.
right. Right now.
Should we just get? You want me to tell you the story?
This is fun. Yeah. I was listening to the flagship.
Oh.
And had some clown call and said that Bryce Underwood would do a better job than Jared Goff with the Detroit Lions today.
Said Bryce Underwood, Michigan's quarterback.
Michigan's quarterback, the guy that squeezed by Northwestern yesterday. Mm-hmm. He had 4 picks.
A lot.
But he
win.
can run.
Trash. He can run. Yeah. Is that why they want it? They think.
Yeah.
Lions need a mobile quarterback.
Correct. That's what I keep hearing.
It's the one thing. That's the one thing missing from a championship team. Would they say like? I feel when you told me about this, it caught me off guard real quick.
And you didn't believe me. You thought I was lying to you.
I thought you were lying about the Bryce Underwood, but I didn't think you were lying about the what set up the Bryce Underwood comment that I thought all fans were past. All Lions fans were past. Was that you can't get to a Super Bowl with Jared Goff?
No, there's still. I don't understand this city. You're either screaming Jared Goff's name, or you think he's a scrub.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it.
I don't understand it either.
But maybe I should understand it because this society is so polarized in everything, politics, sports. You can't do this. I keep hearing Jared Goff cannot take a team to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Guess what?
What, Terry?
He's already done it.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
How does that work out?
I don't get it.
Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, that was taking over. He was the number 1 draft pick, so he took over the worst team in the NFL. Mm-hmm. And, Sean McVay was there, but he had 3 different offensive coordinators, 3 different quarterback coaches, play calling all over the place. But I guess it was all on Jared Goff.
He came to an embarrassment of a franchise.
Yeah.
And now they're Super Bowl contenders.
Yeah. Weird. But I was told that he can't be the quarterback of a Super Bowl winning team. He can't even get there.
Because he runs like a turtle.
But he puts the ball on the dime. You give that man time, he will put the ball on a dime. That's what I'm fascinated about in this game, Terry, with the Eagles game coming up. That Eagles defensive line. Although they're not getting sacks this year, they got a couple with Jalen Phillips, their recent trade acquisition. That defensive line led by our boy from Georgia, Jordan Davis. Why am I blanking on his name? What's the defensive tackle's name? Jalen Carter. I've been thinking about this guy all week. They got Jalen Carter. They got Jordan Davis. Jalen Phillips on one side. You got Jalix Hunt. You got a Jomo. They got dudes on that defensive line.
Carter could have been a Lion.
He could have.
I still think he should have been a Lion. That's water under the bridge.
Well, where do I want to go with this?
They didn't want to draft him because he's not a good driver.
He drives fast. He's a fast
and
driver.
Reckless.
Yeah, and flees. Do he flee the scene of the crime?
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with what you do on the football field.
No, it doesn't. The dude's arguably the best, if not a top 3 defensive tackle in the league. But you brought up we were going down the Jared Goff path, but I was thinking as I was driving in, that 2023 draft with Jalen Carter also featured Gibbs and Jack Campbell for the Detroit Lions. That was a draft that got, I don't know, nationally and locally, what are the Lions doing? Taking a running back and an off-ball linebacker in the first round? But Terry, tell me how good that draft looks right now. That first round looks right now.
It looks great. I know people around here were petrified and horrified.
At first they were afraid.
Draft. But now I guess I would ask the question, would you trade Jack Campbell and Jahmyr Gibbs for Jalen Carter?
No.
I wouldn't either. So now that draft looks pretty damn good.
It does. That's nothing against Jalen Carter either. I would take.
No, he's a hell of a player.
He's a hell of a player. One that this interior of the offensive line for the Lions has a lot to deal with tonight. But we're talking about a future offensive player of the year and a future defensive player of the year, drafted at 12 and at 18. Mm-hmm. I'll take that.
So to have Carter, you would have to get rid of Jahmyr Gibbs, Jack Campbell, and Aleem McNeil.
Really?
Because he wouldn't be here if they had Jalen Carter.
They did. They drafted McNeil. What was it? 2 years prior. You could have Jalen Carter and Aleem McNeil. I think DJ Reader wouldn't be here. You're probably not drafting Tyleek Williams. Correct. But what the Lions are doing, they're taking a page out of the Eagles' playbook in terms of let's not just get your one defensive tackle stalwart, not just Aleem McNeil, and then fill in the holes around him. Let's get a rotation of dudes, of dudes with big asses, Terry. Dudes that need that car driving behind them on the highway that says wide load.
Terry likes his butt. His big butts.
Big butts.
And you can't drive next to him.
No.
Because there's no room.
You got to go a whole lane over. So they got dudes, but they rotate them. They got a lot of them. And they just keep them fresh. Carter holds it down. They just keep rotating these guys in. If Jared Goff doesn't have time because there's pressure up the middle, it could be a long day in Philly. It
could be, but am I a fool? I think the Lions are going to beat Philadelphia tonight.
I do too.
And there's not going to be any doubt who the better team is. One, Philadelphia can't pass the ball. Saquon Barkley is not running the football well. And the Lions, once again, and Dan Campbell's the play caller, so that makes them a better team. There's a lot of injuries. That's the only reason I hesitate.
Yeah. What was your reaction to Dan Campbell taking over for John Morton? And if you didn't know, fans, last game against Washington, Dan Campbell, the head coach, decided enough of this. Despite being the second highest scoring team in the NFL, it didn't look right to Dan Campbell. He says, I'm taking over. I know what this needs to look like for us to get to a Super Bowl. What's your
reaction? It was about time.
Yeah.
I didn't think he did a terrible job, but Dan Campbell knows these guys better. It's his, and we kept saying it's his offense. So if it's your offense, then call the damn plays.
Yeah.
If your offense is struggling, which it was, it didn't look good. I don't care about whether the second highest scoring offense in the NFL.
Yeah.
What have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
It didn't look good the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So Dan Campbell's like, okay, it's my offense. I'm calling plays.
Yeah. Especially that consistency in the run game. Like, Dan Campbell took over the duties, and we saw a whole lot of Jahmyr Gibbs. We saw a lot of Laporta and Jameson Williams.
That's your boy.
Not on just fly routes and not just on end arounds to try something different.
Which I wanted to see some end arounds.
Yeah, you do, and those are fine. I want to see more of them too. But he got him involved in the offense in a different way. Those crossing routes where a safety doesn't just have to cover him deep, look deep. They got to cover him across the middle, and no corner can stay with J-Mo running full speed across the middle.
No, he's too
Jared
fast.
Goff will put it right in his bread basket, and you see J-Mo turn his head, and he's looking 30 yards down the field, pointing at St. Brown, block that guy, because J-Mo is fast. You know what else I love to see?
What?
And I think this is Dan Campbell. I gave all the credit to Ben Johnson, who's a fabulous play caller, too. Dan Campbell setting up this Eagles game with the Commanders game last week. What's the strength of the Commanders' defense? It's their interior of the defensive line. Remember that 45-yard touchdown run from Gibbs?
Yes.
What play was that? I can't remember if they were in shotgun or he was just a little offset. Jared Goff got the ball. It was shotgun, I believe. And it was a quick pitch to Gibbs over to the right. What does that get that defensive line doing, especially those defensive tackles? Going lateral. Your first step has to be lateral instead of right up the middle to the quarterback.
Right. And, Jahmyr Gibbs going around in is very dangerous. He's, we talk about J-Mo being fast. Jahmyr Gibbs is speedy. Once again, I know we talked about it last week. I want to see a race between Gibbs and J-Mo.
Yeah, that would be fun. 20man asked J-Mo that question too. J-Mo said, hold off not including Khalif Raymond in that conversation.
I'm not including him.
Okay, you're not.
No.
I think J-Mo wins the 100. Gibbs probably wins a 40. Gibbs is quick, or a shuttle run. Gibbs is so fast. His ability to cut.
Well, the shuttle run, he's fast, but you got to be quick.
Right.
He's very quick for that.
That's where I think Gibbs gets him. Although some of these catches J-Mo makes on the sideline, where he gets it facing one direction, there's no space, and he finds a way to tiptoe down the sideline and get around the cornerback. I don't know how a human can do that, dude.
He looks like a bot sometimes.
Really?
A little bot just go shoot.
Just
You just get out of his way.
He
He cuts that corner so quick. You think they got the angle on him, but they don't. He takes 2 steps around corner, and you're saying he gone.
He gone. You saw it against the Bucks. Antoine Winfield, one of the best safeties in the league. He took 1 step forward, saw Gibbs hit a hole, and immediately turned and tried to get that angle, and he was still not fast enough. No one can catch Jahmyr Gibbs running on an angle. If he gets space, he's gone. One of my favorite reactors on YouTube, Janky Rondo, who reacts to a lot of NFL games, especially the Rondos, he says, once you see the cornrows, once you see his number in the cornrows down his jersey, it's over. Cornerback DBs, just stop.
Yeah, save yourself. You don't want to pull a hamstring or something like that. If you see cornrows, it's done.
It's done. Terry, through 3 seasons, Gibbs ranks second all-time in Lions history in rushing touchdowns with 34, behind only Barry Sanders, who had 43 through 3 seasons.
I think Barry
although Gibbs
total had 99. Will he break that record?
total
touch. Barry
As a
Sanders
Lion?
had 99 as a Lion. Well, he only played for the Lions.
I know. You're right.
So if you include all the touchdowns he scored for Green Bay and the L.A. Rams and the Kansas City Chiefs, it still adds up to 99.
I think Gibbs does it. How much did Barry get? Many touchdowns catching the ball out of the backfield?
No.
It wasn't much.
No. It
He
wasn't
could
much,
catch,
and-
but
Yeah, but that was not his strength.
And it wasn't part of the game as much.
Yeah, and plus then you had some really good wide receivers. You had Herman Moore, you had Brett Perriman.
Yeah.
You had Johnny Morton. They could all catch the ball.
The worm. The other Johnny Morton.
Yeah, that other Johnny Morton. And then you had Hands of Sloan. David
Sloan. I loved him.
He was good, but then he started getting the hands of Sloan. He started dropping stuff.
The hands of stone.
Well, we called it the hands of Sloan because his last name was Sloan.
Right, and then he started to get the hands of stone.
Right.
As his career went on.
And then it was like, damn, I swear that ball was in my hand.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah. This is why Gibbs is going to break that record.
Well, he'll break this record. I'll tell you why. Because when the Lions get inside the 10-yard line, they're not going to take him out the game. As much as they took Barry Sanders out the game.
That's true. They leave Gibbs in there, unless it's a play specifically designed for Demo or a drive he's in.
Yeah, well, it's 50-50. You don't know who's going to be in there.
Yeah. Also, Gibbs has, I think he leads the NFL in touchdowns over 20 yards or something. The Lions are near the top of the NFL. But why Gibbs is going to break that record, he's got 11 multi-touchdown games, which is the third most in franchise history, trailing only Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson. Gibbs has done that in 41 games.
Okay.
We have a generational back on our hands. We got to keep him healthy. But that 2023 draft was special. Sideless5339 in the chat. Our guy Byrne said for $5. Thank you, Byrne. If you draft Jalen Carter, you have to pick between Gibbs, Jack Campbell, Sam Laporta, and Branch and decide which two you don't want on this team in exchange for Carter. I'm going to flip that a little bit on you. We saw Hutch get his contract extension, J-Mo, Kirby, a lot of the earlier draft picks, but eventually this 2023 draft is coming up. The Bills coming up. If you can't keep all four, who do you not keep? Gibbs, Campbell, Laporta, and Branch. I'll remind you, the head coach is a tight end.
Is that going to affect his? I don't think it's going to affect who he keeps.
You think Laporta's the odd man out?
Laporta is so integral to this offense. I mean, we saw it, last two. They have Laporta portions of games.
Yeah.
They have St. Brown portions of games where they're just going to feed him and then go somewhere else, and they may come back to him. Laporta, to me, is the new Amon-Ra St. Brown. Last year, I thought there was something missing in the chemistry between Laporta and Goff.
Mm-hmm.
It's back. Whatever was missing last year is back this year.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we got to wait 4 games to see him again. He's dealing with back issues.
Well, playoffs.
How much does that impact this game?
I think it could impact it, but you have the smallest tight end in NFL history playing in today's game. St. Brown.
Yeah.
He's your bailout guy. Sam Laporta should be your bailout guy, but Sam Laporta is a dude that still is going to go up top. He's going to run the tough patterns, and he'll get you yards that normal tight ends would not. So I don't think Laporta he can be a bailout guy, but he's not necessarily the bailout guy like most tight ends are.
Mm-hmm.
Because people don't guard tight ends. They just let them do whatever they want to do.
I think most teams just don't have good enough linebackers to cover the good tight ends, to understand what they're doing at the time the ball snapped and be able to react. Laporta's special, his ability to do both, catch the ball and factor in the run game and pass protection when needed. It's going to be big. Fortunately, they have St. Brown, but when we talk about, again, that pressure coming up the middle or pressure coming from a defense, Jared Goff likes to dump the ball to Sam Laporta and St. Brown when he needs it. So they're going to need to find different ways to get those 3-4 yard passes.
Young fella, you're going to know if the Lions are going to win this game off their first possession.
Mm-hmm.
If they give the ball to Montgomery or Gibbs and they're gashing Philadelphia, they're going to win the game.
Yeah.
If they hand off to him and it's 1 yard and then 2 yards or 1 yard, they'll lose the game. But I am optimistic today. I think they're going to be able to run the football. That is the key to this team.
Yeah.
We talk about so many things. We talk about Jared Goff. We talk about St. Brown. We talk about J-Mo and everything. This team wins if it runs the football effectively.
Yeah.
And I don't even care how many yards they get. I always look at yards per carry. Because they could just say, we're not going to run for a little bit. But if they have the threat of run,
Right.
play action is still a part of it, and they still have a plethora.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm like you now. A plethora of wide receivers they can go to.
Yeah. Yeah. It's one of those. It's similar to just Jamison Williams being on the field. The threat to J-Mo being out there opens up so many doors. It opens up so much space for the other players. The threat of the run game, which you have to establish and make it a threat, allows that passing game, allows Dan Campbell to have a full playbook when you're 2nd and 4 or you're 3rd and 3 versus 2nd and 10 or 3rd and 9 or 3rd and 14, just trying to.
Now, I don't like to brag, but I'm going to. I was part of a film session with Alliance coaches when they didn't have a running game because I had questioned, why don't the Lions run play action?
Yeah.
This is before Jared Goff, and this is when the Lions were bad. They said, okay, I'm going to show you something. So I went in there, and they showed ball fakes to running backs. You know what the linebackers did? Nothing. Not a damn thing. They said, yeah, you can give him the ball, and we're still going to stop him.
Mm-hmm.
So we could still protect against the pass because your run game is so bad, play action is not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
And then they showed me film with Barry Sanders. Linebackers are like, every time you faked him, they took 3 steps in because you got to stop that.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. If you can run the ball, then the linebackers are coming in and they're going to get all big, bad, and swollen and try to stop that run game. I think the most dangerous thing for the Lions is the running attack.
Yeah.
If you see Gibbs getting 30 and 40 yards on carries periodically, if you see Montgomery being a motherfucker and just knocking people over, that's when they're at their most dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't it like up until this year, it's felt like the explosiveness, we were waiting for that big play out of the pass game. Like we knew Gibbs could do it, but like we hadn't seen it consistently. This year, it's like the pass game's your safety net. Let's just move the ball 4 yards here, 6 yards here. Then Gibbs, anytime he touches the ball, you think it's going to the house. Mm-hmm. Especially Gibbs.
You know what? I get this whenever I watch a Lions game.
Yeah.
I always say to myself, they're not targeting St. Brown enough. And then they'll flash up. St. Brown was targeted more than anybody else. But I still think it's not enough.
Yeah.
You know what I would do? When he's on, I would just target him like 6 times in a row. Stop it.
First drive?
Not necessarily, but some point during the game. Maybe first drive is too obvious. Mm-hmm. That's it. This is what you're trying to do. So they're heightened. But if you're like in the midway in the second quarter and things are bogging down a little bit, I target him 4 or 5 times in a row.
Even with Cooper DeJean on him or Quinyon Mitchell?
I don't care who's on him.
Thank you.
Target him.
Smallest tight end in NFL history?
That's what I call him.
Do it. Stuff like that, hearing you talk about that reminds me of that opening drive of the Chiefs game where it's just, I don't care what you think we're going to do. We're going to run the ball down your throat. Mm-hmm. We're going to use up 10 minutes of this clock,
right,
and you're going to choke on it and like it.
Correct.
Do that with St. Brown is what you're saying. Just feed him. Feed him. Why I think we feel this way about Gibbs, or I'm starting to notice a trend. You know, he's second in the NFL in rushing yards before contact. So Gibbs has improved his patience. I love this word for running backs, patience. He's improved it so much. It's allowing that offensive line, which has had its struggles, its moments, to pull, to get in their responsibilities, where then Gibbs can use his insane acceleration, put the foot on the gas, and go. It's what makes Jonathan Taylor so elite, his patience. It's a word that doesn't get used enough talking about running backs. But when you let that all develop, you have a good offensive line and let that all develop, just wait. You're not going to get touched, and you'll find your hole. That's what Gibbs is doing.
Right, but we didn't talk about patience and running backs until who was it? It was the running back for Michigan State.
Le'Veon Bell.
Le'Veon Bell introduced patience.
He
the
was
guy
so good.
that was just, okay, there's a hole, there's not a hole, now I'm going to go. Usually running backs are just running with, like their hair's on fire.
Mm-hmm. You think, get the ball, you're going right through a hole at full speed.
Right.
Le'Veon, he was patient. Your LaDainian Tomlinson, Priest Holmes, that era of running back, they can also catch the ball out of the backfield. There must be some association with their patience and their ability to catch the ball out of the backfield. But that's what Gibbs has improved so much over year one. When you can do that, you have that kind of speed. You can run between the tackles. Those are those little things that get linebackers to take one more jab towards that play action fake. One more jab towards the left side of the field where they're going to run the ball until Goff pulls it back, hits Jamo running a 4-2 across the other side of the field, and it is six sauce to the end zone.
Listen to you, man. You sound like a young offensive coordinator.
Yeah, it's the goal, long term maybe.
Okay, but getting back to Gibbs.
Yeah, talk to me.
When he was drafted, people are like, "Why are you drafting a running back in the first round? Why?" And what did Brad Holmes say? I'm not drafting a running back.
A running back.
I'm drafting a weapon. So, he can be in the backfield. He can be in the slot. He's been out wide a couple times.
Yeah. He caught a pass out wide last week, I think.
And he's been playing out wide with the other great wide receiver, Dan Skipper. Did you see that pattern he ran?
Yeah, if you didn't know Dan Campbell was calling plays last week at about, 5 minutes into the game, you knew he was calling plays. Mm-hmm. When Skipper's lining out wide.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
He took 2 steps and said, "What's happening?"
I do have to apologize to you, Terry. You've been telling me for a week, actually since this show started 3 years ago, that Dan Campbell's a liar.
I have said that.
Yeah, and this is the first time I have to...
Putting it in context, all coaches are liars. They have to be.
He says there's a chance Johnny Morton gets play calling duties back this year. There's a chance... It's not just, this isn't it forever.
And there's a chance I'm going to walk in here with an afro, too. And not be a wig.
It ain't happening?
No. I'll be looking at it.
The irony, Kool-Aid's in the booth, you're up here, and Kid Kool-Aid's also in the studio.
What up, though?
With the best head of hair you could ever see. I think he's going behind Kool-Aid right now.
Kid Kool-Aid looks like one of those Disney kids.
Right. It's like AI, that type of flow. And once he gets on,
he should be singing like a little kid song or something like that.
Look at that. What's up, Kid Kool-Aid? Good morning.
What's up?
All right, man. How about those Pistons, man?
Like, the Pistons are crazy.
Crazy right now. What do you think the last couple games with these starters out? Special, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can see the other players. I think they're having their debut.
Yeah, it's so much fun. Before we let you go, I got something special to say. But Lions versus Eagles, you got a score prediction? Are the Lions gonna win? What do you think?
I think the Lions are. I think they're gonna win.
Let's go. I
don't know.
The offense gonna be going today?
Yeah, I want to say 24 points.
Okay.
What's the Eagles gonna have?
16.
Yeah, that's right. 24-16.
Give the people a what up, though.
What up,
I thought
though?
you said they're gonna win by 24 points.
No, 24-16. Chat.
What's he think? The Lions gonna score 60 points or something today?
Something. I think there's a potential for it to be low scoring. Relatively low scoring, like Kid Kool-Aid just said.
We can't say anything about low scoring or high scoring until we find out what the weather's going to be like in Philly.
Right. 8:20 game. It's not
gonna
snowing.
Be cold. It probably is going to be blustery.
Yeah.
But there's this warm front going across the country? Is it going to get there in time, or is it going to just be cold?
I don't know.
Because the day was supposed to be cold, but I didn't feel that cold.
The sun is shining, T-Foss.
Right.
It's happening. I'm so glad this game is in Philly. Before we get to that, chat, I need your help. I need all of you in the chat right now to wish Kid Kool-Aid a happy 13th birthday. Because he's in here. We're celebrating. Glad we could get him on the mic. Put a happy birthday in the chat. Let's get that going. We're coming down, Terry, to the final 35 minutes of the show. We thank you all for joining. Even you spam bots.
Yeah, I got you, dog. I got you.
Okay, you got it.
I got him.
This is First to the Whistle Lions edition. I'm with the legend, Terry Foster.
Oh, that's right. We never said the name of the show.
62.
No. Someone in the chat said before, like, don't we change this, like, every month?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next month is going to be Badass Lions.
Yeah, deal with Stomp the Jezebels.
Right.
Yeah.
Or we
That's
could
such a
call
fun
it
word.
the Kneecap Boys.
The Kneecap Boys. We'll see. Maybe a
Kneecaps.
playoff edition, too.
Kneecaps.
But no, if you didn't know, Terry Foster, he is a Detroit sports media legend.
Legend.
We got Willie B in the sound booth.
Yeah.
Willie B, good morning.
going
Willie
on right
B is
here?
a downtown parking lot legend.
Oh man, that's far behind me now. Shoot, was park attendant for the Little Caesars Arena for 3 years. It was.
We all have our roles to
yeah.
get this city back on track, get these teams performing.
Of course.
Yeah.
Only thing I'm gonna miss is the tailgate parties because they serve food, they offer beer, but some things like that. So that's how I gonna miss. But
Got to make some money, dude.
Oh yeah, man. Hustler, man. You grind, and that's one thing about being a Detroiter. Grind is in your DNA.
Yeah.
And there's nowhere about it. You know what I mean?
You get that hustle on.
You do. You get that hustle on. Jared Goff has it.
Shout out Willie B.
Yeah.
Brandon Kool-Aid Dent is in the
Brandon.
TD booth, making this show run smoothly. Good morning, dude. Thanks for bringing Kid Kool-Aid in.
Hey,
You
he
excited
wanted
as a
to be
dad
here.
to celebrate. What's up?
He wanted to be here. Trust me. We got up this morning. It was early. We already know that, but he wanted to be here. He got ready, and to be with the legend T. Foss, who I listened to T. Foss for a long time, even when that guy was in the belly. So that's a familiar voice. And then Broder, the Woo crew was special to him. Seriously. So you're one of those guys that he looks at. He's like, "Yo, Broder is a cool dude," and you've supported him on things behind the scenes
That's
too.
my
so
guy.
this
And
way
he's
he
a
wanted to be for
collector.
his birthday with Woodward Sports, with you, Chat family, with these legends, and with our guy Willie B over there, man. And Willie, don't downplay yourself, man, because in his time of being a parking, in the parking attendant stuff, he used that time to not just have fun and see what he could do for himself. He was looking out for a lot of people.
Yeah.
He was.
Oh,
And
100%.
I appreciate that about Willie B. Seriously, man.
Willie B is a great teammate. What I learned doing this show, that dude is a great teammate. And he's funny as shit.
He is funny.
Thank you.
Willie B looks like one of them brothers who will smack you too.
Yeah, I don't want to mess with Willie
Yeah,
B.
I want to.
You got the crazy eyes.
Are you a smacker?
He's a belt.
Show him that backhand, bro.
The backhand.
Yeah, let's see what your backhand looks
I'm a
like.
backhand. That one, but I'm just ready to go sock you.
That's solid, bro.
What if St. Brown open hand smacked you to your helmet? What are you doing
That's
next?
it. I grab the helmet, uppercut right there. I go see it.
Broken hand.
Broken
No,
hand.
no, ain't
Right.
open hand. It's an open in that chin.
Oh, okay. Oh, you gonna get chin,
Right there,
okay.
under that mask. Okay, it's a chin open.
And he's playing the next week with the club hand, with the casted hand,
It's gonna hurt
regardless.
even more.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. 9 a.m. Hit the like button. We got 30 minutes to go. Terry, before we get back on the Lions, I need to congratulate you on a big win. I know it happened back in 2023, but Central Michigan beat Michigan State at home on September 1st.
Why are you bringing up this today? Hey, this is not even September 1st.
Right.
It's not an anniversary.
But I've been thinking for the last 3 years that Michigan State actually beat Central, but I just found out that Central actually won that game. Like Connor Stallions was on the sideline. But if it happened, congrats. Fire up chips.
I guess.
Yeah.
Well, it did happen because I have a poster
Oh man, I love y'all.
in my basement that my wife absolutely hates. It says "Twice as nice," and it
Oh.
commemorates two of Central's victories over Michigan
Wait,
State.
so they've beaten Michigan State more than just
three
in 20
times,
Come on. They got an overall record? Have you been keeping track?
3 and 4.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all with the little Country Bumpkin CMU program.
There we go.
Which, by the way, is bowl eligible.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
That wasn't part of their penalties?
No, you know what? I don't understand how Central got punished more for the Michigan shit more than Michigan.
I don't know what you're talking about. How did Michigan escape with less penalty than Central or State? I don't know, but this is a Lions show. I don't even know why we're talking about that. Why'd you bring it up?
You brought it up. Don't blame me.
Go Blue. Got Michigan basketball coming in hot. No, Terry. All right, Lions.
You know what? Lions get me fired up.
They get Kool-Aid
I'm fired up. I see you, Art Van Dam, in the chat. $2 super chat.
Oh, can I get it?
Had to get.
I'm fired up from Kool-Aid. We need those every day.
Rock, man.
T-Foss, you talked about fast starts. Lions got to get out to a fast start. They're tied for the most opening drive points in the NFL. The Eagles, they tend to start slow and then rely on mid-game adjustments or rely on the game being tight before they make their move. If Detroit jumps out early, if these Lions have one of their signature opening drives, do the Eagles even have enough to get in a shootout with them to come back? Or is that the key to the Lions? Get off to a hot start.
No.
Don't let them close.
Shootout is not in the Eagles' vocabulary. If the Eagles are going to win this game, they have to keep it in the 20s. Or the
10s.
No,
the single digits.
or the
with Jordan Love at quarterback.
or the 3s.
Yeah.
But I just think the Eagles are going to play one of their better games because they have to.
They have to.
Now here's something you don't hear in this town. If the Eagles don't play their A game, they're going to get their asses kicked today by the Lions.
Yeah.
So they know that. They can't come out like they did against Green Bay and just kind of fart around for 60 minutes and win this game. They know they've got to play at a high level, even at home, even in the cold, where Jared Goff can't play, supposedly. They're going to have to do that. They're going to have to bring their A game, and I think they will, but it's not going to be enough. Lions, in my mind, my bunion is hurting. It's saying the Lions are going to win this game.
Yeah. What if they don't? What if the Eagles beat them relatively convincingly? What does that tell you about this
Tells
Lions
you
team?
the Lions are a little bit fraudulent, that they can beat the hell out of bad teams, but they've lost to Green Bay, who at the time was considered good, but not so good now. Lost to Kansas City. Somehow lost to Minnesota.
Yeah.
So if you've got a good defensive front, you can beat the Detroit Lions. That's what that will say. No, it's going to say this. If you have a good defensive front, it's not that you can beat the Detroit Lions. It's you're going to beat the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
That's what that would say.
Yeah, it's tricky because I believe in this Lions team. I think a lot of people in this city do, maybe even nationally, but their wins, like arguably the two best teams on their schedule they've lost to, plus the Vikings. They beat the Bears, they beat the Ravens, Browns, Bengals, Bucks, Commanders. This would be,
and they beat the Ravens when the Ravens were still good.
They were still good, but their defensive line was beat up. It wasn't the normal Ravens defensive line with Van Noy out and Matabuke.
But they were still good enough to win.
I think so.
At that time.
I think so. So, I know this, to me, despite the Eagles not looking the part, despite being in 7-2, I think this would be the biggest win of the season, going to Philly. And I'm glad it's in Philly. I'm glad Dan Campbell's taking this team to Philly for this statement game. Hutch said it's a must-win. I don't know about that, but it's very, very close.
They'll have to add.
No, I was going to say, I wanted to add to that. I love Dan Campbell's entire approach to this. Like, people were asking him about it at the press conference. He was like, no, I love this type of stuff. I love this energy, you know? And that's what I love, man. The fact that Dan Campbell's, his energy has been something that this team has been able to not just buy into, but now it's a part of their identity. Now, we know that they go and they look for those types of players, you know, already. So you don't have to necessarily coach them up to that. But his leadership is something that they've been able to successfully lead. And I think that's why when you go back to what T. Foss was saying in the beginning of the show, like, you know, is he a little bit of an a-hole in terms of Amon-Ra? Well, Dan Campbell is.
Yeah.
You look at, so it ain't nothing, no more a-holes, right? than for Chris Christie to come out and call you classless after you make sure you leave no game in doubt that the refs can't take from you. And then you go out with your wife, bro, and you get dressed up. You got the wine. You got the hair slicked back.
Yes, indeed.
I love that type of stuff, man. And going into Philly, I think you need that type of energy because you know what was missing week 1? Their swagger.
Yeah.
That like who they were just wasn't there. I want to see that kind of, Dan Campbell with the wheelbarrow out in front of him type energy. I love it.
I know what you're saying.
But can you
Let your
chalk
nuts hang.
chalk
Let your
up that
nuts
first
hang.
game to the fact that they're not going to play in the preseason. So no matter who you play, they're gonna look flat in that first game.
I do.
Maybe flat in that second game.
I do. I don't like it, but that is, if we're really looking at it, yes.
Yeah,
They
but
were not.
I think that game to the Lions was so devastating that it woke them up. They're like, okay, we can't let this happen
Mm-hmm.
again. So then they just mollywop the Bears.
Yeah. Could that be a fugazi, though? Could that be, like, a lot just played in their favor against the Bears? They destroyed them, which they needed
They
to
did,
do.
but here's the thing: Bears are 6-3.
The Bears are 6-3.
We keep saying they suck.
Yeah.
They stink.
Mm-hmm.
They're not a factor, but they're still 6-3, and they tied with your ass right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fact that Kool-Aid used the word a-holage, that's a new one. A-holage. Who?
This dude needs to do his own Urban Dictionary. Okay?
It would be a good
come out
one.
with a Kool-Aid Urban Dictionary.
That would be good. I'd
gonna
buy
do
it.
that.
A little Big Al Ebonics lesson. What's the dilly? T-Foss, who's the most Jack Campbell? Who's the most Dan Campbell player on this team?
Okay, you love Jack Campbell.
I do.
Damn, you sure do.
I do.
The most Dan Campbell guy on this team. That's a tough question.
Yeah, it just came to my mind when Kool-Aid was talking.
But it's a good one.
Can we do like a top 5, top 3, or top 5?
Yeah, give me a couple. And Kool-Aid, Greg Thomas gave $5 for you to buy a birthday present for your son, Kool-Aid. My gift to you. And Terry, real quick, while you're thinking, crayons for dinner, a $2 super chat says, let me get an
Tay. But it's got to be generic. We got to come up with something. Like you were to say that the Eagles are going to beat the Lions by 12 points, I would say,
Tay. Yep.
Whatever you say, bro.
Jared Goff is going to have a rushing touchdown in the game tonight.
Tay.
How's that? A.J. Brown isn't going to say anything bad about his offense after the game.
Tay.
I'll think of more as it goes on. Thank you guys
Jared
for the
Goff
super chat.
will run for 50 yards.
I'm not a betting man, but if your Bunyan is talking,
Okay.
so who are the most Dan Campbell guys on this team?
I'm going to say St. Brown. I was trying to decide between Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph.
I go Brian Branch. I love Kirby. Dan Campbell.
Yeah, I
Branch
think
is a
St.
psychopath.
Brown and Brian Branch, because they got a little. You know what? If they were playing for another team, people in Detroit would hate them.
Mm-hmm.
People would hate Brian Branch.
Mm-hmm. People do.
They would hate St. Brown.
A lot of people do,
Right.
especially in Green Bay.
They'd be like the Bill Lambier of Detroit sports, where you love him here, you hate him everywhere else.
Mm-hmm. That's Detroit, baby.
I know, but
Yeah.
so I think those are the two. I'm sure. There's other
Yeah.
Dan Campbell like guys, but if you're talking about the most, I'm gonna point those two guys out.
They got to be in the mix. But what about your right tackle, Penei Sewell?
Yeah, that's him too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why that question came to me? Because I wanted to highlight Jack, his nephew, baby boy Jack Campbell. He's turning into as much of a superstar linebacker as you can be in the NFL. He's developing to a serious player. With Fred Warner out for the rest of the season, there's a case to be made. He's the best linebacker in the NFL. He's in the mix. He's in the mix.
Not going there.
Why?
He's good.
He's very good.
He's doing a fine job. I'm not making him the best linebacker in the NFL.
Do you think that's in his future, though? I disagree.
It could be.
You don't think he has future best linebacker in the NFL potential?
No. He could be.
Why?
I just don't think he's that great. This season is his best season. This season, I've even opened my eyes up because I was like before this year, What's all the hype about? Now I at least get it. But for him to be the best linebacker in the NFL, I think I need to see a little bit more grit, a little bit more anger. I think he'll be amongst the best. How about that? That's where
I'm not going
as
to
far
argue.
as I'm willing to go.
Fine.
We'll talk about it. Jack Campbell. He's one of the top 5 linebackers in the NFL. I think that's his ceiling.
If he's that, I'll go to sleep happy regardless.
Okay, but
whether I think he's the best.
You want me to say he's the best?
No, I want you to be honest, and you're being honest.
I'm always honest with you there, Buckshot.
You are, Terrence, Reginald. I got to come up with a new.
Original. You got to roll the R.
I can't roll my R's. That's the problem. I got to come up with a new one. I can lisp. I'll throw in a TH there to throw in a lisp. This game is built for Jack Campbell. This is a Jack Campbell. This is why you draft Jack Campbell for this game. This Philly offense, it's fine. If Saquon Barkley is running the football, if their run game is humming, their offense is fine. Their offense is good. If it's not, it's about as cracked and useless as the Liberty Bell. There's nothing. It's like a Ben Simmons jumper.
That's true.
It's just like inconsistent and just like looks weird.
It'd be cracked. Do you know that Detroit has a Freedom Bell?
We do.
We do.
Is it active?
Yes.
Yeah.
But they tell you not to ring it.
You can't ring it.
You could ring it, but they don't want you to.
Wait, where is it downtown?
Eastern Market.
Okay, that's right. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Mm-hmm. I know what you're.
There's a Freedom Bell down there.
Do you think
Willie
so?
B is looking like, what's he talking about?
Freedom Bell, yeah, right in the middle.
It's
of
in the
Shed One.
It's Shed One.
Shed
so
One.
you know what we're talking. Why are you looking like? What's he talking about?
I
You knew exactly where it was.
Yeah, it was definitely. That's what the first. That's the first pass.
This guy's weird, man.
It's weird. He ain't the first. He ain't the
And I was
first.
like, Freedom Bell. Where are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking. Oh, it was Shed One. He knew exactly where it was.
Shed One.
So what's wrong with you?
Shoot, it's the morning, brother. It's the morning.
Geography. I don't know.
It's not like it's 6 in the morning. It's
Nah.
9:20 or 9:12.
6 in the morning.
Yeah.
Morning.
Damn.
J.P. Campbell, shut down Saquon. You shut down the Eagles.
That's what the whole league's been doing. But they still win. They find a way to win, though.
They do.
Not
Eagles,
tonight.
not tonight. Eagles give up big plays, and Lions have explosive plays on offense. The Lions have 9 touchdowns of 20 or more yards. That's 5th in the NFL, averaging 6.5 yards per play. But the Eagles' defense, Terry, bottom 3rd in total yards allowed. Detroit doesn't just move the ball; they strike. And Philly, they got to survive those explosives to stay in this game. It's got to be a close game. They got to force Jared Goff to make a mistake, which hasn't happened often this year. Lions got to do the same to
You
Jalen
put
Hurts.
pressure on them, you'll get mistakes out of them.
Yeah. So that's what they're going to do. You still have confidence in this offensive line, or would you rather have?
I will know after the first drive.
Okay. On paper, would you rather have this week's Lions offensive line or the Diddy party in Philly? Johnson, Juergens, and who's the other one? Dickerson.
So you
got a
named
couple
Johnson and Dickerson in the dinner party.
And that Juergens for the extra moisture.
That's 3 pauses right there.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
3 pauses right there, man.
It's not a law firm. It's a Diddy party.
Right.
Pause.
People say Mailata is the best. Lane Johnson's the best tackle. We got
Oh, we haven't heard from your prediction. What are the Lions going to do? They're going to win 50 to what?
They're not scoring 50. They're not scoring 50. I think they get into the 30s.
Of course.
Of course. But I think the Eagles, I think it's going to be one of those like low 30s to low 20s game to give a little teaser to my score.
Okay.
I'm fascinated to see Dan Campbell in week 2 of play calling. Like, it looks so good, Terry.
It was against the Commanders, though.
It was.
Let's not get too excited.
You're right. They're horrible, and they quit 5 minutes into the game.
They quit. Once again, I'm an older fellow, so I don't understand the young people today. But why were the Commanders talking so much shit when they were just getting their asses handed to them?
I don't know.
I mean, somebody would get a 15-yard gain and like, yeah, what you gonna do, boy? Huh? What's up, boy? So what do they say? Oh, you only got 15 yards. You didn't get 50.
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
I don't get it either. Because Detroit, all of us in Detroit, we took it on the chin last year in the playoffs, but I think we handled it well. We got beat.
No, not gonna let you get away with it. Detroit did not handle that.
We talked a lot of shit before the game. We went hard at Washington.
But afterwards, you're like frightened puppies. Oh, they're never gonna win another game. Oh, look at this.
You have a point. There are a lot of people like that. You have a point.
Right.
But we didn't just diminish their win as it was just because we're injured. The Commanders outplayed the Lions that day. Jaden Daniels was special in that playoff game and last year. They quit last week. A completely different team. They quit.
Yeah.
So Dan Campbell did take advantage of that. But they did what Dan Campbell coached teams and teams of the last few years have done. They beat and destroyed a bad team.
Right.
The week before, Johnny Morton couldn't do anything against the Vikings.
The Eagles, I don't need to see the Eagles quit tonight, but I need to see the Eagles say what's going on here and be turned around like, what's up? They're not going to quit.
No.
But I'll go back to the Minnesota game with the Lions. People say that Minnesota beat up the Lions. I thought Minnesota had a different game plan, and they executed so well that the Lions started thinking about what they were doing instead of just being instinctive. That's what killed the Lions against Minnesota. Minnesota always blitzes. They blitz a lot, but they were so creative in their blitzes. The Lions are like, what's hitting us? We don't even know what's happening.
It hasn't looked like that in a while. I can't remember the last game other than Green Bay week 1. Like, over the last couple of years, we haven't seen them look like that. Confused.
No, that was completely out of surprise. Minnesota's not good.
No. And they look like the far better team. Is that the Ragnow effect, or was that Johnny Morton's game plan and play calling and Dan Campbell's last straw of like, all right, we look like that against Minnesota. We're done.
I think it was more Minnesota was like, okay, we can't just blitz these guys. We got to make it more creative. We have to think about what we want to do a little bit better. And then they surprised the Lions. They surprised the Lions with a bunch of twists and stunts, and the blitz is coming from here, but I'm looking over there, and they had them confused.
Yeah. Tate Ratledge, Mahogany, Glasgow. Even Sewell didn't have his best game. Decker didn't have his best game. To me, I don't know this for sure, but I think looking back on it, I'm put in on John Morton. Just
and so did Dan Campbell.
Definitely. Although he didn't say that at the podium.
You know what? You got to protect your guys.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Johnny Morton's going to call another play for the Detroit Lions, but you have to act like that's a possibility. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, you got to make sure that he's confident. Mm-hmm. He feels welcomed. He feels like he's still a part of the team. So I think that's what Dan Campbell is doing.
Because there's still a role for him. It's just there's nuance. It's a tricky situation when everyone in the world knows he just got flat out demoted. You could call it fired, but he got demoted. He's still a very smart offensive mind. It's the play calling. Like, play calling is not easy. Dan Campbell can do it. He's done it before. And it's also not an Anthony Lynn situation where the offense was just bad and it needs to look completely different. It was Dan Campbell's awareness to know.
Sputtering.
It was sputtering. Dan Campbell's awareness to know that, okay, like there are some moments here where we look good. We still have all these stats. Like, no, this isn't good enough. We're trying to win a Super Bowl. This is not good enough. I need this offense to be moving and grooving now in Week 10, so we figure these things out before the playoffs.
Correct, because the playoffs are going to be a different animal this
Yes.
year. I think everybody looks at seeding as being the key to a good playoff run. I think this year is going to be luck and health.
Yeah.
Because everybody, we always talk about the line injuries. Everybody's injured.
Yeah.
but then they get healthy and then they're injured again. So I think the team that represents the NFC would be the healthiest.
But you're also not diminishing getting that number 1 seed, which is
Not necessary.
This is what Lions fans all over the place are. There's a majority that are like, I don't care about the number 1 seed. See what it did last year. See, we got the number 1 seed. It didn't mean anything.
Well,
Is that
you know what? It would have meant something if you had your defensive players back.
Yeah.
If you had a defense, it would have meant the entire world.
right? Just because they lost doesn't mean getting the 1 seed and a bye and a bye for your beat up, injured veteran players and the 1 seed, so you play at home. It is an easier pathway to the Super Bowl. This isn't baseball where you can get out of rhythm in 8 or 9 days, before you go play the Giants in the World Series. It's all right. We need our guys to get healthy, and we want to play at home. It didn't work out last year.
You know what the number 1 seed could have meant last year? Let's say the Lions had their bye week and guys came back ready to play. The number 1 seed would have meant the entire world to the Lions last year. But that's not what happened.
No.
Instead, dudes are still like, I can't come back.
I blame the fucking Vikings. They had to have 14 wins last year, so Week 18 was an important game. Mm-hmm. I know Dan Campbell says he'd play all the players anyway, but that was you're battling for the number 1 seed in Week 18. You can't hold people back. Terry, just outside of Lions country, there's an NFL MVP race discussion happening between 2 players, but I'm going to throw you the question. Who are you picking to win MVP? Matthew Stafford, Jonathan Taylor, or the field?
I can't have Drake May.
You can, the field.
Field me up.
You think it's going to be Drake May?
Right now,
Wow.
I may think differently in 3 weeks.
You're entitled.
And his last game, I wasn't impressed with him.
Fair.
So
Think year 2?
If it's me, and forgetting about everybody else, Jonathan Taylor.
Okay. I want to ask
running
you.
backs don't win it. I get it, but
I know.
you're asking me.
Yeah, I'm asking, and I'll ask you why in 1 second. Everyone, hit the like button, smash that poll. Also, let me know in the chat what you guys think: Stafford MVP, Jonathan Taylor MVP, or the field. So you're
I know
going
who
with
you're
Jonathan
voting
Taylor?
for. Yeah, you're still voting for Jared Goff, aren't you? You sneaky
Yeah.
little rascal.
Yeah. No, I think it's Matthew Stafford. He's balling out in LA.
He is.
He's playing really well. I still think Jared Goff is the best Lions quarterback of all time, but there's no denying what Stafford's doing. To me, the key to that Rams team, it's their defense. But what Stafford, 24 touchdowns, 2 interceptions?
Right.
He's
Yeah,
having a really great
phenomenal
year. On the flip side, Jonathan Taylor he's everything to those Colts. I like the Colts. People are putting them on fraud watch, and I don't necessarily see why. I think the Colts are for real because of how they're built in the trenches, their offensive line, their defensive line, and they got a run game and an accurate quarterback. Jonathan Taylor's for real. If he keeps this up, he's not only going to win me my fantasy league, but he's also going to win an MVP trophy. But if Stafford keeps it up too and they remain equal, they're going to the quarterback.
Correct. So Stafford should be the odds-on favorite,
He should.
but he's not.
What do you think Seahawks versus Rams today? That's a big game.
That is a big game.
Are the Seahawks for real? Sam Darnold.
You know what? It depends on your definition of for real.
Are they? Do they have what it takes to get to the Super Bowl?
I think the Rams do. Seattle, Lions.
And this is an NFC. So
I'm sticking to the NFC.
okay, yep. Eagles,
Eagles.
Packers. I'm a real quick no. I don't believe in them at all.
I still think they're a threat.
They are a threat.
So I'm going to include.
No, they're not. Why did I say that? They're not a threat. Why did I? They're talented. They could beat the Lions in the regular season.
That makes him a threat.
They did. I don't think they're a threat to the Lions to win the Super Bowl. I think if they're in the way of the Lions in the playoffs, they get stomped. Their quarterback's Jordan Love.
True.
Mm-hmm.
You mean Jordan Love, the best quarterback in the NFC?
Yeah.
Jordan Love, who's going to resurrect the Packers, that guy?
Yeah.
Jordan Love, who's better than Stafford
Yeah.
and Jared Goff, that
Yeah.
guy?
I'm not gonna call this person out in our private Woodward Sports chat, but this somehow Jordan Love came up in our conversation, and this person said if they're starting a team from scratch, and I'm not guaranteed a superstar cast or play
Oh,
calling.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm taking Jordan Love. They said.
So you're talking about the guy who should be the next Red Wings goalie.
Probably. How? We don't even have enough time for me to go.
Go off on him. It's
Jared
okay.
Goff has done it twice. He got drafted to the worst team in the NFL and then traded to the worst team in the NFL. Got to a Super Bowl with the first one. Will get to a Super Bowl with the next one.
We think.
But they
Now you're getting flustered.
I am getting flustered. Jordan Love is all the bullshit excuses everyone wants to make about mobile quarterbacks or quarterbacks with talent. The quarterback position is not just about your physical attributes and how far you can throw a ball. Jared Goff is proving it. It's right in front of us. We can see it from Tom Brady. We can see it from Patrick Mahomes. He can scramble. So what if Jared Goff can't scramble? He's better at other things. God dang it. Whatever.
It's okay. You got a week to recover.
I know I do.
You got off
I
your
do.
chest.
I still think Stafford's having a better year than Goff right now. Still think Goff's the better Lions quarterback. Boom.
Done.
All right. Here, once again, if Jared Goff had been the quarterback under Matt Millen, under Quinn Trisha, you wouldn't be talking this junk. Because he would have failed also. He wouldn't have won a playoff game.
I don't know that.
Damn.
Jared Goff is
I
an
know
elite
that. No,
leader.
Dude, this was the worst run organization in professional sports.
Yeah.
How you going to win with this group?
By drafting the best wide receiver of all time. By
And nothing else?
what?
And nothing else? We
Leave
had
it
no
up.
running game.
Maybe Stafford should have taken less money like Tom Brady.
Or maybe you should have just got his ass out of here like he did.
Yeah, like he asked. Excuse me, I can't do this. I don't want to build
All right.
this team into a Super Bowl contender.
Here's how bad,
I'm out.
Here's how bad the Lions were. Barry Sanders, Megatron, and Ndamukong Suh,
Mm-hmm.
Matthew Stafford. What do they have in common?
Matthew Stafford at quarterback.
No. I included Matthew
Oh, you said
Stafford. What do
Barry.
these four guys have in common? And Barry and Matthew did not
You're right.
play together.
You're right. What did they have in common?
Here, I'm going to say it one more time. And folks, follow me. Matthew Stafford, Ndamukong Suh, Calvin Johnson, Barry Sanders. What do they have in common?
Greatness.
They underachieved.
No. All four of them said, get me the fuck out of here.
True.
Because this organization is so bad.
Two of them said, I'm done with this game.
Or one of them may have played some more, but the Lions wouldn't trade them.
True.
Okay?
And then one said, I don't have what it takes to go through this rebuild. This city doesn't mean enough to me. I want to go out to LA with
now
my
you're going
wife.
a little bit too deep.
He asked to leave.
He asked to leave, but because he knew the Lions were such a bad organization, he didn't believe Holmes and Dan Campbell were any different. So he's like, peace out.
So he didn't have the belief, but Jared Goff believed.
Jared Goff had no choice. Jared Goff was with an organization that didn't believe in him.
Right.
So they told him, get out.
He said, I'll trust you two. Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes. You want me? I'll lead the shit out of this team for you and for this city.
No, it's more like Thank God somebody believes in
Yeah.
me. Thank you. I will come to Detroit.
Yeah. I wonder what Stafford would have said if they drafted a wide receiver in the 4th round and he was that quarterback. I wonder what Stafford would have said if he start. It's so hard to compare these two. They were completely different organizations. But let's not pretend like Jared Goff was handed the keys to a Maserati. He had
He had a
Brashad Perryman, not even Brett.
right.
Brashad.
He had a 1919 get out and push, but he had no other choice. You either get in the get out and push, or you just leave the game.
He could have asked to leave.
You can't ask to leave if you're not with the team yet. He got traded to the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
And what's he gonna say? No, I'm good. I'm gonna retire.
Yeah, Gronk. They've done it before.
Well,
Gronk has done it before.
Yeah, well, Gronk was not here, right?
So
Matthew
he was
Stafford,
traded and then retired to avoid being
He
traded.
didn't get traded to the Lions.
I thought it was like semi-official,
No,
and he was like, "No."
They were working on it,
Yeah,
and he said, and Gronk, you add him to the list. He wasn't here, but he was like, I don't want to be there.
all I know, Stafford gave fans something to cheer for. Goff gave fans something to believe in. And here we are, Super Bowl contenders. Going to Philly! Bar! Going to Philly en route to hoisting the Lombardi. That's what this team is going to do.
Are you flying out today
That's
to
poetic.
see the game in Philly?
What you just said, poetic, man.
You should.
I would love to. I'd love to go to. I would love to have gone to an old game back in the vet. The fans are still insane down it. Was it Lincoln Memorial Field, Lincoln Financial
yeah.
Field?
I get all confused when they keep changing the names of stadiums and they change the names of lion shows. I get confused. Man.
Yeah, naming rights, man. Branding, money. Mm-hmm. All right,
America
T-Foss.
Park should be Tiger Stadium.
Yeah.
Facts.
All right,
It
buddy
is weird.
boy.
Even like Cobo is now Huntington Bank.
You got
Arena.
another super chat in
Kobo
there
is
too.
always Kobo to me, even though Kobo was a racist mayor.
Yeah,
It's still Kobo Arena to me.
There
pretty
you go.
much.
Sideless, Burn in the chat, $5 super chat. Goff would have worked his way into Ford's drinking circle and lifted the organization on his shoulders.
That's baloney.
What was William Clay's nickname?
Oh, Fredo.
Fredo. I heard you use that on Big D in the last couple weeks.
I did. I used a lot of stuff on that show.
Yeah, it's funny. You and Neil, Spenny and KG, electric. T-Foss, we're 2 minutes over, but we got to go. Score predictions, thoughts on the game, final words. Let me hear them. Then we'll go Kool-Aid, Willie B, and I'll finish them off.
The Detroit Lions would be decisive today. I'm not saying they're going to kick the Eagles' ass, but the Eagles are going to bring their A game. That's what's going to make it somewhat competitive. Lions, I'll play your little 30s game. Lions 31. Eagles 24.
Wow. I love it. 31-24 from T-Foss. Kool-Aid, Brandon.
Yeah, I actually think this is one in which the Lions flex just a little bit. They got their offensive mojo back, and Dan Campbell wants to show out just a little bit to change that narrative. So I think that the Lions are going to have 34 points, and they're going to hold the Philadelphia Eagles under 20. They're going to have 17.
So what's that number? 34-17?
Yep. I'm
Willie
feeling
B.
something, man. My bunions.
I like how we all going to disagree with each other and go,
Willie B, bust out the belt.
Okay, belt to ass.
the backhand.
Yep. Let's put it this way. 36 to 12.
36-12?
Yeah. Belt to ass.
You're right. That's an ass kicking, man.
That's an ass
That's
kick.
it. That's
an ass kick.
what's that uppercut you did earlier?
Man, pull the head.
Yeah, that's what that is.
That's not decisive. That's an ass kicking.
That's
That's
an
a
ass
mollywop.
In they home field of the most rudest fans in America, Philadelphia.
It's a game we've been talking about for
love it.
years. Since Philly beat the Lions 38-35, 2021, like we've been talking, this is the test. Going to Philly, Two of the best teams in the NFC for the last 3 years.
Hostile territory.
Yeah. You said 31-24. Kool-Aid doubled their score, 34 to 17. You tripled their score, 36 to 12. Kid Kool-Aid said 26 to 14, 24 to 16. That's what it was.
Now, I'll give you $100 if you pick the Eagles to win.
You give me $100.
Yeah.
Chat, I'll split it with you guys. Eagles win 21 to 20.
Oh,
No, they're not. They're not.
what universe are we in?
I feel dirty. I have to brush my teeth. I have to wash my mouth out with soap.
You can bribe people.
We'll have one of these Lady Jane's girls, get you right.
They do. Actually, I'm gonna keep that one inside.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot. I'm just gonna scoot right past that. Yeah. Lions 31, Eagles 21.
Okay.
I genuinely think they go to Philly and they beat this team. They're there for the taking. It's not going to be an easy win.
Primetime Lions.
It's primetime Lions. 8:20 tonight. I can't wait. I've been looking forward to this game since the schedule came out. Let's go. Let's get to 7-3. That's what it'll be. 7-3.
It'll be 7-3.
They won't take first place in the NFC. The winner of the Rams and the Seahawks, I believe, will. But this is one of those that sets the Lions up for the rest of the season, puts them in that one seed conversation for the rest of the season, and really sets them up to win the NFC North. 31-21 T-Foss.
Beautiful. Can't wait to see it.
8:20 tonight.
All right.
Everyone tune in. Pregame show with Neil and Sean. I believe they're still on. We got the pregame show. Check out Woodward Sports.
Yes, sir.
We got the live watch party.
It's always Neil and Sean. You always say, Neil and Sean? Huh?
The last couple weeks it hasn't. Or like Neil's been out of town.
Yeah, their rotation can change.
Yeah. Maz was in 1 week.
They do AI Neil now.
That would be funny.
Yeah. He goes, yo, 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 yo.
I was told, speaking of Neil, who's elite at everything he does on the mic.
Make it make sense.
Philly week and Minnesota week, these are my favorite Neil weeks. He hates those cities.
Yeah.
Hates them. You guys have had a good time on air the last couple weeks. Those fan bases don't really like him either.
He's hating Minnesota Vikings fans and the Eagles fans. So this is great to be a heel, be a villain against those fans. It's nothing like having a eloquent voice and still piss people off when against other different teams. Nothing like it.
Nothing. 48 flakes, the Justin Jefferson's cereal, 48 flakes for 48 yards. Hilarious. Terry, it was a pleasure.
Okay. I had a blast.
Go Lions. You take us out. You're the legend. That's Terry
All right,
Foster.
folks. That's it. Lions will beat Philadelphia. And here's what we're going to hear. What if Lions are Super Bowl contenders? What if this happens? Lions are going to be the favorite to get out of the NFC. I'm not totally buying that, but they'll be a heads up to win this division. I don't care about the number 1 seed. I care about them winning the division. That's the most important thing. So enjoy tonight's game. Don't get too drunk. We'll see you next week.
Let's go.
First to the whistle with me and Matthew Horatio Broder.
Hey, happy birthday, Kid Kool-Aid.
Kid Kool-Aid, happy birthday.
Kool-Aid, what I call it? Marcellus.
Marcellus.
That's his middle name.
Shout out Trent Tacky, Country Day, senior shooting guard. I met this past week. There we go.
Do you go back to Country Day to hand out tidbits of advice to the young kids?
I should. No, actually, I felt weird actually saying that. Country Day was a rival of ours in high school. But I met Trent, who's a huge fan of the show, fan of everything we're doing, fan of yours. It was a family. It was a funeral situation. His family's going through it. Really cool kid. Senior shooting guard at Country Day, which has a rich tradition in basketball. I think the kid's a stud. Really good meeting you, Trent. Happy birthday, Kid Kool-Aid. Love you, bro.
You too, man. Peace out, everybody. Enjoy your Sunday.
Let's rock.